Buddy Carter, great to see you, Congressman. So what do you make of that poll? Is that what you're hearing from the people of Georgia?
Yeah, I would agree. I think the president is doing very well in the state of Georgia, and I think that he's going to win the state of Georgia. Look, we understand if he doesn't win Georgia, he doesn't win. And I think the Trump campaign team understands that as well. And we, that is the people in Georgia, the Republicans in Georgia, we understand that. That's why we're working hard, taking this very seriously. We're going to get our voters out. We're going to vote early, and we're going to make sure that everyone gets out and votes for Donald Trump.
Yeah, and we love looking at the polls, but we know that the polls are not always accurate. So the polls show Trump up, but we're talking about a very small margin here. And seeing as Trump lost Georgia by a mere 11,000 votes back in 2020, what does he need to do in this next month and a half to ensure he takes Georgia?
Well, I think that what he needs to do is to make an appearance in Georgia, and I know that he's going to do that. I think he needs to show us some love, and he will do that. By being there, and certainly his policies. His policies are in line with what Georgians believe. That is, you know, we're independent people in Georgia, and we want to make sure that we have our rights. We want to make sure that inflation is under control. We want to make sure that the border is secure. We want to make sure that we're respected on the world stage, and we want crime down in our major cities. All of that is what Donald Trump is messaging, and that will appeal to voters in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, you talk about policies. We haven't heard a lot about Kamala Harris's policies. And since the death of Laken Riley in Georgia, the college student who was raped and murdered just off the campus of UGA, Georgia has been a major focus of the southern border and the immigration policies of this Biden-Harris administration. And yesterday, Kamala Harris, in her sit-down with Oprah, was asked how she would address the crisis. Here's what she had to say.
When you become president, what would be your specific steps? Yeah, of course. What would be your specific steps to strengthening the border?
So it's a wonderful and important question. You know, my background was as a prosecutor, and I was also the elected attorney general for 2 terms of a border state. So this is not a theoretical issue for me. This is something I've actually worked on. Okay. I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I take very seriously the importance of having a secure border and ensuring the safety of the American people.
Wow. So the question was, what is your plan to strengthen the border? Her response is, I was a prosecutor. She never gives voters or the American people answers. But does that work for her in the next 46 days?
I certainly think the American voters are smarter than that. They understand. The first question she was asked in the debate is, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? And she never answered that question. And yet the moderators let her get away with that. Well, you know, she's going to friendly outlets and she's not getting vetted like she needs to be vetted. It amazes me that someone can go across this country and say that they're going to fix the things that they spent the last 3.5 years breaking. I mean, she was the border czar. The media wants to say, oh, that means she was looking for the root cause of the problem. Oh, give me a break. Come on, she was supposed to be in charge of that border, and we've had the worst border we've ever had. I'm telling you, I don't think the American people will buy this at all.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope they start listening to what she really is saying or trying to say. Congressman Buddy Carter, thank you so much. Really appreciate you joining me this morning.
Thank you.